working. Okay, let's get this started. Everybody can hear me okay? Okay, let's get. All right, audio is working fine. Let's get right into this. Copy that. Okay. Let me. Looking at the current satellite imagery right now. Just hold on, folks. I'm gonna share the live stream link to social media before we get right into things. Let me go back to this real quick. Give me one more second. There we go. Okay, how many of you are in here? We got 7 viewers in here. Just hold on. This is my first time ever doing a live stream, so bear with me right now. Hello, Jeffrey. Okay, I found the comments and everything. That's great. Okay. Let me share one more place, the Facebook. Then we can start diving into all the juicy weather details for the next couple days. Got lots of fun, a lot of stuff to talk about. There's snow, there's wind going on right now. There's going to be snow chances the next few days, all the way through next week. Very chilly air, and I'll go over all of it, answer your guys' questions, and all that fun stuff. Okay, links are working. Let me know if the audio is working okay, and if the video is working fine. This is my first time doing a live stream, so I'm making sure everything's okay right now. Okay, just about to finish up the socials. There we go. Okay, let's start getting into things real quick. All right, we got 11 people on here. That's great. All right, first, let's start this off by looking at the satellite imagery right now over the Pacific Northwest. This is Washington right here. You can see Whidbey Island. Portland would be down here. Seattle. Vancouver, BC up there. Right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop right now. This is basically looking at the greens and the whites are higher moisture content. What? Just reload on. This thing updates automatically. But look at how you can see this yellow dry air. This is the cold front right now that's blasting through the region. We're getting a westerly surge of wind down the strait, one of the few gusts. over 55 miles per hour hitting Whidbey Island, parts of Whidbey Island right now, mostly on the north side of the island. Parts of Squim, Port Angeles, Port Townsend are also getting some pretty gusty winds right now. So this is bringing in some pretty chilly air right now. This is not the Arctic front that's going to start bringing in the really cold temperatures over the next couple of days or so, but it is going to get us pretty chilly tonight. It's going to be in the 30s with that wind blowing as well. It's going to be very not pleasant out there tonight. Okay, let's start looking at some models right now. Looking at the European model right now, this is this afternoon's model run. It might be updating right now, this evening's model run. It is not yet. It'll be updating here in probably a half hour or so. So if we're still doing this live stream by then, I'll come back and we'll look at the new model data all coming out and everything. So now let's play this out right now. This is our cold Arctic trough that's currently over the western coast of British Columbia. This is right over Haida. This is where all of our cold air is originating from. It's pulling it straight down from the Arctic Circle. If we play this all the way back the past few days, this thing came all the way from Alaska up towards, I'm pretty sure, the center of the Arctic, actually. So it's very cold, chilly air coming down from the Arctic that's going to come right over the Pacific Northwest. And look at this, right on Sunday. This is a pretty good look if you want lowland snow chances. However, you kind of want this to get the really good classic snowstorms around here in the Pacific Northwest, at least on the west side of the Cascades. You want this low to be a little farther south. That way you can get the cold air that come out of central British Columbia and right back down into Washington. Get the low pressure system forming right off the Washington coast. This is more a little offshore, a little farther north. But we can still make things work, which I'll show you here in a moment. But if we play this out, this trough kind of sits there all the way through Monday. This is Monday evening, Tuesday morning now. But then it starts shifting off the coast. This will likely start dragging the precipitation farther away from the coastline. But it's going to kind of retrograde and spin off the coast right there. And it'll bring extra slugs of moisture into the region as we go through next week. The European model's been kind of hinting at the potential for almost a snowstorm setup later during the middle of next week for the Portland area that could affect Seattle as well. And let me go look at the chat right now to see if what you guys are talking about. I'll get just interesting. Yeah, the wind really started picking up on Whidbey. The wind's hitting my windows right now. There was rain hitting it and everything. It was kind of wild a bit ago. Getting some gusts over 30 here down along Admiralty Inlet. But up on West Beach, some weather stations are reporting gusts up towards around 60 miles per hour. NAS Whidbey, which I'll show you here actually right now. This is, oh, wow. This is the NAS Whidbey, this is the observation page on the National Weather Service's website. This is showing weather stations around the area. Look at this. This is NAS Whidbey, Naval Air Station Whidbey. They just got a 58 mile per hour gust up there. Pretty significant. Models are doing pretty good with the forecast right now. 59 miles per hour down there in the Squim right now. Oh, hello. Any more questions? Yeah, I might be. It might be buffering just on your end, but I could have something off. So I'll hopefully go back and look at the recording and fix anything else for once I do another live stream ever again. How much snow will Bellingham get by Monday, and what will the nighttime lows be 30 miles east of Bellingham? Okay, let's zoom in on the Pacific Northwest to answer that question as best as I can. The snow question's a little tough right now, but I'll do my best. Because these type of setups are always, there's a lot of surprises, there's a lot of things that can happen. So let's zoom in even farther on the western Washington. Let's go down to Seattle, the list of names. Now we're zoomed in on western Washington, Whidbey Island right here, Seattle. Bellingham is up here. So this is looking at precipitation type on the European model for this afternoon. Blue snow, greens are rain. You can see the European model has scattered snow showers across the area tomorrow, Saturday morning. This, I'm letting you guys know, this mall is probably underdoing some of these rain showers. There's probably snow showers and stuff. There's probably gonna be more than what this model shows, but it gives us a good idea. So you can see snow showers kind of meandering around the area on Saturday. It's gonna be hit or miss. There's not gonna be a specific area that's very favorable. However, Saturday morning there might be a convergence zone that forms over around the Everett area that might get a couple inches of snow if it sets up correctly, like some models show. So don't be surprised if you wake up with some snow tomorrow morning. But let's answer for Bellingham though. Some snow starts up on the European Mall Sunday morning up there in Bellingham. And Bellingham is likely going to be a more favored location for heavier snow showers and stuff later Sunday and Monday than a lot of the rest area. You can see snow showers kind of around the Blinn area. Kind of right around the Bellingham. You said 30 miles east of Bellingham, so I'm guessing right about over here. You're likely going to be more favorable because you're right near the mountains. And look at this, as snow showers really continuing on. So you said for by Monday. Okay, so let's go look at total snow in inches for this time period. Yeah, there's going to be some snow over the next few days. I can confidently say that. How much? Who knows? But I can give you a good idea. The European Mall is showing a foot of snow for Bellingham, a foot and a half maybe for just east of Bellingham as well. That is, it's a little lower resolution, but typically it does pretty good with things. So that you guys have the potential to have a very high snow totals by Monday morning. It might not be as heavy as this, but there is the potential if those rain showers and those convergence zone activity meander over certain areas for long enough. But if we go and look at a higher resolution model, this is the NAM model, and this goes through Monday morning as well. However, look at how much lower it is. This is a very challenging forecast. We got the European Mall showing a foot of snow for Bellingham. The NAM 3 cam, which is a higher resolution model, not necessarily more accurate, but it only shows about 1 to 2 inches of snow for Bellingham. So it's going to be a really big boom or bust scenario. I typically don't use the NAM too much for snowfall, but that is a pretty large difference between the models. Let's look at the GFS model real quick for the same thing. This model is a little lower resolution, also has maybe a half a foot to a foot of snow for Bellingham as well. And I'm pretty sure, let me go look up the National Weather Service's snowfall winter storm watch that they have put out for you guys up there in Bellingham. Let me look at what they're showing for you guys and see. Yeah, winter storm watch for February 1st, where Western Whatcom County. Winter storm watch, heavy snow possible, total snow accumulations between 2 to 6 inches possible. But there's also going to be potential for up to 2 inches of snow for the prior days as well. So you can get anywhere from maybe 3 to 8 inches of snow if you add up both the weather watches on for you guys up there in Bellingham. So they're they're going on the moderate side of things, not necessarily low amounts of snow like the NAM says 2 inches, but they're not necessarily forecasting a foot of snow like the European Mall. So they're kind of taking the careful route right now, but you guys have the potential to wake up to a lot of snow on Monday morning. It's going to really start up probably Sunday. If we go back, we can, it looks to really start up Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. We can look at the exact time frame again. Yeah, it really hangs around Sunday evening, afternoon, evening, all the way through Monday morning. You got snow showers continuing all the way up there until finally dying down. The air starts to dry out and get very cold as the Arctic air starts to flow out of the Fraser River Valley later on Monday. So snow will likely start to end around that time frame later on Monday. But there's going to be more chances later in the week, which I'll touch here in a second. Let me look at any more questions you guys have. Lagging, maybe wind is affecting connection. That's also a good chance of that happening. Facebook has a known glitch. If you're getting a lot of lag, backing out and coming back will help. YouTube, not Facebook, sorry. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Michelle. Yeah, guys, let me know where you live. I know a lot of you guys are probably on Whidbey Island because I posted the link there, but I know that there's some of you on this channel that are from other places in Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia as well. So let me know if you guys are elsewhere as well. When Once it picked up in startup / Sultan area, yep, the cold fronts even reached the Cascades out there as well. Nothing. All right. Well, we'll continue right into things then. I'm going to zoom out so we can get a better view of things. I want to show you guys the high resolution Canadian model. I tend to really like it for snowfall. Last year, it really nailed a lot of marginal events that it was the only model showing a couple inches of snow a lot of times last winter, and we have parts of Whidbey Island did get a couple inches of snow during those events, while other models showed almost nothing and being almost all rain. So that earned me some faith in this model. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be right all the time, but it's good. It's probably good to look at. So right now, we can see this is about right now, this evening. You can see generally a lot of rain across the area as the temperatures are still in the 40s. Starting to dip in the upper 30s behind the cold front. Heavy amount of snow happening. I saw a lot of videos of a snowfall up there at Snoqualmie Pass, Stevens Pass. So great for all the mountain snowpack up there. So that's really great to hear. If we play this out, this is Saturday morning. Look at this convergence zone you can see right here, right across Snohomish County, going towards southern Whidbey Island, potentially Camano Island as well. So southern third of Island County, also parts of Jefferson, Kitsap County as well right there. That could dump a little bit of snow on you guys later tonight and into tomorrow morning. So be aware of that tomorrow morning. The convergence zone potentially could stay around some of these areas all the way through Saturday evening. So if it does happen and you guys happen to be under that snow band that entire time along parts of the western Washington, right up towards Snohomish, Skagit counties, you guys could get several inches of snow by Saturday morning before I would like to call the main event later on Sunday into Monday. It's uncertain, but that looks to be the best shot for snows around then. But you can see there's going to be on and off snow showers all the way through Sunday morning, maybe a break during the day on Sunday, and then Sunday evening. So this is where things get a little interesting for Vancouver. I'm going to go back. Sunday morning, this model has been really consistently showing a very powerful convergent zone right over Vancouver Island. This is, let me go to the upper level winds real quick to show you guys. So the model is showing these winds wrapping around the Olympic Mountains right here, right up towards Vancouver. This would get you upslope flow, so moisture hitting a mountain range and going up. That it's kind of like wringing out a towel, and all that moisture just falls out as it goes up the mountain. But you're also getting a convergent zone as well in some of the upper level winds. So when you get those two converging air masses, the air gets pushed up. You get condensation, clouds to form, and you get precipitation. And there's also going to be some instability in the air with all that cold air aloft. So you're going to get a potentially very perfect scenario for some of you guys up there in around the Vancouver metro area, and could get 1 to 2 feet of snow, like according to this model. Let me show you guys that. I'm going to say that, but I'm not joking right now. This model has been kind of ridiculous the last couple of days for you guys up there in Vancouver. Look at this. It's actually shifted a little east this morning, showing about 12 to 20 plus inches of snowfall up there near Abbotsford, Langley and stuff, maybe a little east of Langley. This has been flopping back and forth though. Earlier this morning, it was showing it more centered over downtown Vancouver. So wherever this sets up, somebody's going to get clobbered. The European model is also hinting at this setup. Let me show you here in a second. But it's also showing it happening over at Whatcom County as well. And you can see how that's getting really close to Skagit and Northern Island counties as well on the European model. If this convergence zone happens even a little farther south, parts of northern would be up near NAS would be around the Anacortes area. It could get some decent snowfall totals as we go through later Sunday into Monday morning. So I want to specify the uncertainty with this setup. Some areas could get maybe a dusting to a couple inches of snow. Other areas could get half a foot of snow. This is forecasting snow around here is typically pretty difficult, but this setup has got it's got even more variables because it's also kind of a marginal setup compared to our other big snowstorms like 2021 and stuff like that. So there is going to be the potential for higher or lower totals than what models show, but it's also kind of fun, kind of adds an excitement and a surprise aspect to the forecasting around here. It's not necessarily the nicest thing for a weather forecaster like me because I have to really be careful about what I say. And so the European model also has it. That's why it dumps that like foot of snow right over Bellingham and western Whatcom County. So that that answers your question. There's going to be potential for some pretty decent snow up there for Bellingham. But for anybody that's just joined or hopping on right now, we're currently looking at potential snowfall totals through Monday morning right now. Arctic trough moving down over the next couple days, bringing that cold air down, moisture over the area, potential for snow as well. If we look at the zoomed out version of the total snow through, the European model is starting the run right now. So I'll come back to that later. It's updating right now. So we'll have fresh new data to look at here in a few minutes. But now look, let's go back to this afternoon's European model. And this is through Monday afternoon. Let's do Monday afternoon. You can see that the time is a little moved to the side. Let me move it there for you guys. There you go. The time is right there in the top left corner right there, 4 p.m. on Monday. And you can see there's a snow shadow right here in the Puget Sound. Right, potential for just east of Seattle to get a few more inches of snow, but there's going to be potential for a pretty kind of getting skunked. Is a nice way to put that. Getting skunked for much of the Pacific, a lot of the western Washington area, but places along the foothills, northern areas like Whatcom County, Vancouver Island, even Forks could get up several inches of snow, maybe a half a foot of snow or more out there as well, because there's going to be more moisture. Our issue this time around is having moisture in the correct area or not. We have the cold air around. We just need to get under those snow showers to get those snow totals up. And the most favored locations are the mountains, the coast, and far northwestern Washington. Even the Sandwich Islands also have a winter storm watch, and they will likely get several inches of snow as well. But Whidbey Island is really on the cusp of getting a very good snow event, several inches of snowfall, or only getting a dusting to maybe an inch or so, maybe 2 inches. But thankfully, high resolution models are starting to come in the range all the way to Monday, so we can continue to look at this. Let's look at the HRRR model right now. This is another high resolution model that I like to look at for composite reflectivity. This is basically what the model thinks the radar may look like. So blue snow, sleet is the orange, pink is freezing rain, and there's not really much sleet and freezing rain. Potential sleet is also ice pellets. That's an easier way to put it. But most of the threats tomorrow are going to be snow pellets, also known as grapple, and full-on snow. So if we play this out, this is 1 a.m. on Saturday. You can look at the time right up there to make sure you guys know where that is. You can see lots of scattered showers around the area, but as we go through, some of these snow bands are pretty heavy. They're going to be kind of squall-like. They might have gusty winds with them. The temperatures are going to drop really quick. High temperatures on Saturday tomorrow are only going to be in the 30s most likely, maybe some isolated 40s. But right as a snow shower comes over the area, there's going to be very cold air that gets dragged down from a loft. And I'll show you guys that here right now. This is looking at about 5,000 feet in the atmosphere. This is the temperature in Celsius. Typically for snowfall around here, you want these 850 millibar temperatures to be about -6 Celsius. These are about -8 to -7, which is plenty cold enough for snow, even some -9s up there in British Columbia. So that's going to be some very cold air that's going to get dragged down with any of that precipitation that does fall. So I'm going to take a second here to see if you guys have any more comments or concerns for me. Let's look through here. Got a couple of comments. Thank you. That should close the Bellingham airport. Yep, I have a feeling the Bellingham airport, if these snow showers set up like a lot of these models show, there's going to be probably a lot of canceled flights. Pacific Northwest, Nikki would be here. Welcome. Darrington. We got Hurstein Island, Washington. Let me actually remind myself where Hurstein Island is, actually. I like to get reminded of where places are in the Washington so I can be more specific about where I'm talking about. Okay, where is that? Mason County. Okay, so you're down there, down near Olympia. Okay, I know where you are now. So I'll make sure to specify the southern Puget Sound down near Olympia as well. Darrington would be, so tomorrow will likely just be raining, right? Just wondering if the roads will be clear when driving back to Oak Harbor from Burlington tomorrow morning. This is Ting Ting asked this. It will likely not be raining tomorrow. It's going to be either snow pellets, which is that crunchy hail looking stuff. It's kind of like little fluffy balls of snow, or it's going to be full snow as well, because when you get these convective showers, I can't really explain the snow pellet formation right now. I would have to look up a graphic for that, but there will likely be snow pellets in some of these showers as well. There should not be much or any rain in the showers tomorrow. So if you're driving and you get caught in some of these showers tomorrow, please slow down. Make sure that there's extra space ahead of you, between you and the next car, because visibility will likely drop pretty quickly as well, especially if the HRRR model is right. So Darrington, that's over closer to the mountains as well. You guys will likely get some decent snow amounts over the next few days, better than other places. But look at this. The HRRR this evening really nails Whidbey at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is this is only like 10 hours from now. And we're already talking about potential for snowfall as well. Spotty connection on your end. Is my connection kind of spotty? Yeah. This is my first live stream, so I'm going to have to figure things out next time. So I'm sorry if the quality is not the greatest. But it's a good learning experience for me. Anyways, can you guys at least hear me right and at least see the graphics okay? Give me a yes or no if you guys are if you guys can't hear me correctly or not. But as we go through Saturday morning, afternoon, there's going to be potential for multiple rounds of snow showers tomorrow. Look at this. Here's a pretty strong snow shower going right over Anacortes, northern Whidbey, the northern end of Oak Harbor, Mount Vernon, Bellingham. Oh, hey, Kathy. Hi, Grandma. Roland Connor, your connection pauses every 7 seconds, but does not emit anything you say. Okay. At least you can hear me. That's the most important part. I'll get that. I'll try to figure out the connection thing after we're done with this and stuff. So because I'll likely do live streams in the future. This is a good learning opportunity for me. But hopefully you can at least understand what I'm saying. But hopefully. But as we go through Saturday afternoon, there's more showers moving in, just continuous armada on the HRRR, and then way more widespread range snow showers as we go through Saturday night and the Sunday morning. The temperatures are going to start dropping towards freezing and below freezing Saturday night and the Sunday morning. That's when snowfall is really going to start sticking under these snow showers, especially if the shower activity increases like the HRRR model. Because these are some pretty intense snow showers, and some places could get pretty clobbered if you get under multiple different rain showers. Snow showers. I keep saying rain showers. I'm so used to talking about rain and stuff this winter that I'm mixing up words this evening. Now, let's look at the total snow through Sunday afternoon that the HRRR model says. Here we go. It shows potential for 2 to 4 inches of snowfall for the north third of Whidbey, maybe an inch at max for parts of South Whidbey. This is snowfall, so the actual total snow on the ground is likely to be lighter than this. but it shows almost a half a foot of snow for parts of Fidalgo Island right there, almost a 5.6 inches for Mount Vernon, multiple inches for the San Juans, Port Angeles, even the southern Puget Sound. This is showing up towards a half a foot of snow up near Olympia, Tacoma. Even shows 4.6 inches at SeaTac by Sunday morning. So even before some of the bigger snow potentially for the northern areas and other areas later Sunday night and the Monday morning, these snow showers could drop some significant amounts for some areas. And around here, we only need an inch or two of snow to cause problems. Lagging so much. Ugh. I'm sorry about that, guys. I wish I could figure something out real quick. It might just be my internet. Maybe I have crappy island internet right now. But we'll have to work with what we got right now, unfortunately. That irritates me probably just as much as it irritates you guys, because I want to make sure you guys are able to hear and understand me correctly. It seems to be doing better now. It might just be extra spotty today. Who knows? It could be wind issues or anything. There's so many different things it could be. But I'm trying to stay humble. But now I'm going to zoom in a little farther out and look at the European model precipitation type and go out a little farther next week and explore things. Because we kind of know that there's going to be spotty on and off snow potentially all the way through Sunday evening, potential for some heavier snowfall as we go through Sunday evening in the Monday morning. But there is going to be more chances as we go through later next week. This is actually the new European model coming out right now. Looks about the same. I'm going to zoom back in real quick. I'm seeing something that's piquing my attention right now. Okay, so we can compare this evening's European model to this afternoon. So it's good to compare two different model runs of the same model. You can see how good it's agreeing on things. This is Monday morning. Look how it has the snow band. This is tonight's model run right here. This is this afternoon. So this is the newer data right now. This is the one we want to focus on right now. Look how it has the snow band hitting northern Whidbey Island all the way up to Bellingham. The one this afternoon had it mainly sitting up north over Bellingham. So this would be more impactful for parts of Whidbey Island, Anacortes, Mount Vernon, some of the San Juans as well. And look at this. It sits over the island for the northern part of the island for for most of Monday afternoon. So now let's compare at the snow totals on each of these models now and see if that changed snow totals for some of the areas. So this is through Monday afternoon. Let's get this loaded right there. Look at this. It showed only 1 inch of snowfall for NAS would be through Monday afternoon. Now it shows 2 to 2.5 inches of snow. So even though we're only a few days out from this, and actually only 10 hours from some of the first snowfall chances, there's still a pretty good disagreement between exactly where some of these heavier snow bands are going to set up. But I'll keep you guys updated. I'll do another forecast video tomorrow as well, and look at tomorrow morning's data as well to get a better idea on things. The closer and closer we get, the better the models are going to get. But with snow events, you can have things changing all the way up to just a few hours before the event. So it's kind of exciting, the forecast snowfall around here. It's also a headache sometimes. But also this evening's European model reduced some of the amounts for parts of Vancouver. Vancouver's just off the map right here, but you can see some just across the border is a little lower. Instead of 21 inches, 14 inches. That's still over a foot of snow potentially for some of you guys up there. Look at some of the foothills of Whatcom County could be getting 1.5 to 2 feet of snow if this tonight's model run is right. So Whatcom County is likely to get hit pretty hard. There is potential for a full-blown snowstorm as we go through later Sunday into Monday up there. So definitely is going to be some disruptive travel up there. There's the airport, as somebody else mentioned earlier. It's the pausing again. Yeah, I think this is going to be an issue. Thanks. You're welcome, TJ. I'm sorry, Alicia and Roland. yeah, there's gonna be some pretty decently heavy snow totals up there. I really like snow, so I'm hoping for my place on North Whidbey to get more snow than some of them all show. I know some of you guys don't want snow, but I can't help it. It makes me happy for some reason. It's just kind of built into my blood. But now let's zoom back out, looking at the later in the week, as I was saying before we got distracted right there. So now as we're going into Tuesday, look at this. There's still precipitation moving up over us, Whidbey Island and stuff on this evening's European model. This is continuing all the way into Sunday, so there's going to be potential for even more snow accumulation. Wow, actually, this is actually uptrended a bit for some of Whidbey Island. So if you want snow, this is what you want here. It's now showing potential for even some moderate snow continuing all the way into Tuesday as well. So you can get surprises like this, especially with these events that this event has been uptrending with cold and snow as we've gotten closer. A couple of days ago, it wasn't looking as favorable for a lot of areas as it is right now. Now we're having potential for moderate snow even on Tuesday morning as well. So it's definitely going to be a very interesting next few days, weather forecasting, weather watching, all of the sorts. But now I'm going to play this all the way out. Let's go to snow totals all the way through, Tuesday afternoon. If we zoom in here again, so there's potential for snow even on Tuesday as well. Look at this. Now we're getting snow totals up towards 1.5 feet, get encroaching in on Bellingham. Sea tacking a few inches of snowfall as well. Ting Ting, thank you. You are very welcome. I love doing these forecasts for you guys. This live stream so far is really great. I like being able to have you guys ask me questions while I'm looking at weather models. Kind of allows me to be able to answer things faster and stuff. So, oh, Western Washington weather here. Hello, Matthew. Welcome. Mountain Goat, thank you so much for this. I have to drive to Marysville and back on island tomorrow. Yeah, just be careful driving back tomorrow. There's going to be spotty snow showers. The visibility could drop pretty rapidly in some instances, but just slow down. Make sure that you are staying a little farther behind the vehicles than you usually do and stuff, and you should be okay. We're hanging in there. It's great. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I'm glad. Unfortunately, the technology is not the easiest thing a lot of times. Graphs are fine. Yes. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are at least able to see it occasionally here. It lags but catches up. Well, that's better than it being laggy the entire time. So I'm glad to hear that. At least we can take a little bit of a win right now. But this is snow totals all the way through Tuesday evening right now. Let's compare it to the other European mall as well from this afternoon. Look at this. This afternoon's European mall run had about 1.5 inches of snow for Oak Harbor. Now it has almost 3.5 inches of snowfall for Oak Harbor. That's almost double the snow with just one model run. So that's how variable this system's going to be. A lot of these snow storms around here, there can be surprises. There can be more or less totals. Back in 2019, you guys remember do you guys remember the snowstorm back in February of 2019? That's a pretty infamous snowstorm for around here. There was also one back in 2021, but February 2019. The forecast for us, I wasn't really doing weather forecasts too much back then, but the forecast showed only a couple inches of snow for most of the area. However, the snow band stalled out. The cold air continued to pour into the moisture flowing in the region, and some of the area got up towards a foot of snowfall. I know in my backyard, I got about 8 to 10 inches of snow. I didn't specifically measure it back then, but it was about 8 to 10 inches of snow, I would say, in my backyard when we were only expecting maybe a couple inches of snow. So you can get these exciting surprise events, even if there's snow forecasted. It's around here with the topography, we have like 3 different mountain ranges around us. We have the Cascades, we have the coastal mountains of BC, We have Vancouver Island. We have the Olympics. We have the Puget Sound. The waters around the Puget Sound also play effects on our weather around here. It's probably one of the most complicated places to forecast weather in the country, I would say. I can confidently probably say that right now. Okay, let's look at lags, but catches up. Seems to lag with every graphic. Oh, lags with every graphic change. That would make sense because my computer uses more, it uses my GPU a bit more when I'm loading things like that. Yes, it keeps dropping but catches up. Good for you trying out the format. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Thank you so much. Roland Connor, I took climatology for my earth science graduate degree. Oh, that's great. I love earth science. I'm mostly in the weather and stuff, but I can get nerdy with geology. I can get nerdy with hydrology. You can call me a nerd if you want me to. I kind of take it as a compliment. Kathy, awesome job. Thank you. TJ, much appreciated. You're very welcome. Hi from Coopville. Kalarchian. Yeah, I'm live right now from Green Bank, so just south of Coopville, so not too far from you. It's kind of breezy out there, up towards Oak Harbor. Actually, let's go back to that real quick. Let's look at the observed wind speeds right now around the area right now. This 58 mile per hour gust happened at 8:53 p.m. So about 40 minutes ago at NAS Whidbey. That's the highest gust so far tonight. There might be some localized power outages. I can go and check Puget Sound Energy here in a second for you guys to make sure hopefully there isn't, because the air is going to be pretty chilly. But look at this. The temperature is 43 degrees at NAS Whidbey, and the wind chill is 32 degrees. So those winds are making it feel very chilly out there if you're out there tonight walking around or getting groceries in Oak Harbor or Coopville or whatever. Smith Island, just off of West Beach, is getting some sustained winds, 44 miles per hour, gusts to 55 miles per hour, wind chill of 30 degrees. Any boaters out there? Oh, wow, we got a new record wind gust for tonight on one of these weather stations. We have a 61 mile per hour gust down near Dungeness Bay, Squim. That is a pretty significant wind gust down there. I know the Dungeness Lighthouse, it's gusting to 51 miles per hour as of 7 minutes ago. Got a 57 mile per hour gust not that long ago. So, a weather station down near the Touch and Go field on Whidbey, central Whidbey, is gusting in the 43 miles per hour right now. It's probably a bit more sheltered. It's right in the field there next to the Touch and Go field. You can see Camino Island getting 35. You can see how the wind speeds really drop off as you go south. And that's because it's kind of like a hose where you funnel that wind down the Strait of Juan de Fuca and it fans out. And that water pressure in a hose decreases exponentially as it gets farther away from the opening in the hose. That's basically what's happening. The farther away you get from the opening of the Strait of Juan de Fuca, the lesser the wind speeds are going to get. But I've also heard reports of some pretty gusty winds up there in Skagit County as well, Burlington, Mount Vernon as well. So pretty decently widespread for parts of Northwest Washington. Get pretty gusty on Lopez Island. I don't think I've seen this weather station up there at Lopez Village. So that's a nice weather station up there, gusting to 36, not too bad. But yeah, it's pretty windy out there. Let me get a glass of water right now. But let's actually go look at the Puget Sound Energy website real quick and see if there's any power outages right now. Let's look at this real quick. Might lag a bit for you guys here in a second as I load some of these things, so bear with me. Let's look at safety outages. Let's look at the outage map. Let it load a bit more. Outage map. This is Puget Sound Energy, PSC.com. You can look at this on your smartphone, your computer. They have some pretty good information. Estimated. Oh, there are some power outages up. There's a couple small power outages. These are probably all related there on West Beach. This is just off of West Beach Road, Fort Nugent Road right here. Let's see what the causes are of this power outage. Under investigation. That is likely caused by trees or vegetation. As it is windy out there, we expect it to. There's a pretty large power outage over Swinomish Village right now near LaConner. 1.6 thousand people out of power. That's a pretty significant power outage out there. Under investigation still. There's a small power outage down over near Deception Pass, only one person. There's a power outage on Guimas Island, north of Anacortes. I don't know if I've seen a power outage up there, really. That's not a very common place. 159 customers impacted. Oh, we're having a squall outside right now. I can hear the wind hitting the windows. Wind's blowing right now. Kind of getting exciting. There's a small power outage down south, only one person though. So yeah, a couple of power outage out there. A big one over there on near Le Conner as well. I heard that there was pretty gusty winds out there. So that's very interesting. Hopefully all these power outages get repaired really fast. The temperatures are going to get pretty chilly over the next few days, so we don't want power outages to be lasting right now. So let's go back to wind gusts. Let's see if there's any updates on any of these wind speeds. If we go down the strait, it's still gusting up into the 50s. Oh, 59 way out here, way down the strait. This was 9 p.m. 40 minutes ago. So it's still very windy all the way down the strait. So it will continue all the way for the next couple hours. It's going to start dropping off very fast by 11 p.m. to midnight. Let's actually look at the wind speeds. I've been focused on the snow, but we have these pretty strong winds going on right now. Let's look at the HRRR model. Let's go the wind gusts, miles per hour. Let's go back to us right now. This is about 9 to 10 p.m. right now. Yep. It's actually probably underdoing some of those wind speeds. We saw there was a 60 mile per hour gust down there. These westerly winds are kind of hard for models to pick up there because they're very localized features, but they're doing pretty well. You can see it's showing gusts up towards 52, 55 miles per hour for much of northern Whidbey. Look how it cuts off very fast though. We go from nearly 50 over Coupeville to only like 20 miles per hour at Everett. So it's that same hose analogy, but you can also see maybe that's why Guimas Island up there near Anacortes it's showing gusts up over 40 miles per hour up there. Let's look at sustained ones to get a better idea of things. Yeah, it's a pretty widespread westerly wind event. Look at this. It's like a whole wedge of wind right here as this cold front just plows through. The main surge of wind, though, is right along the Strait of Juan de Fuca, but there's gusty winds just outside of this as well. But look, let me play this out until about 11 p.m. to midnight. Look at this. It quickly cuts off. By 1 a.m., we're maybe getting gusts 30, 35 miles per hour. Nothing too bad. Scott, hi from Greenbank. Hello. I'm also in Greenbank right now, so I'm very close to you. Getting some rain and gusty winds right now down here, right along Admiralty Inlet along the water. So very, very stormy evening right now before we start turning the more snowy weather. Oh, speaking of snow, there's gonna be some potential for some thunder snow. You heard me. You heard that right. I'm not joking right now. Let me go back to the European model. Let me look at lightning flash density. This basically shows us where the model thinks that there potentially could be lightning or thunder. So if we play this out, look at there's a Saturday afternoon showing potential up there, up on near Whatcom County and also Vancouver. This threat extends over much of Western Washington, but Northwest Washington has the best potential. I was an operations manager for Baker Ski Area for a world record of 1,130 inches in winter of 98 and 99. No more snow for me. I can understand that, Roland. I love snow, but that is a lot of snow to deal with. I have heard of that, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the I think that's a world. Yeah, that is a world record, which you just said right there. I read up on that. That is just crazy that anywhere in the world can get over 1,000 inches of snow in just one season. That is a pretty wild thing. We will probably get that eventually again. Who knows? But that's pretty wild. That's like too much for skiers and stuff up there, I bet. However, I know skiers would always love more snow. However, all right, so getting back to thunder snow chances or thunder snow pellets, it's going to be snow pellets or full snow with some of these convective showers. The best chances I am seeing are Sunday afternoon. There, you can see these colors showing up right. it shows them only in these a few areas along the Strait one to Fuca up towards Whatcom County, Bellingham, and Orcas Island. You can basically extend this over much of northwest Washington. There's going to be instability, capable available potential energy. It's a fancy term for thunderstorm juice. How much energy does a thunderstorm have? More energy is better chances for thunderstorms and stuff. Weather Channel website has no preset Monday through Friday, not a good source. I agree with you. After I started getting in the weather, doing my own forecasting, looking at raw model data, the Weather Channel, it's not very specific. It's all automated, so you don't have a human reference to things as well. So it basically just looks at a bunch of models, gives a kind of a basic idea of what may happen, but it's not really good to look at specifics. That's also one of the reasons why I like doing these forecasts for Whidbey Island, because especially around here, the Weather Channel apps, the Weather Channel, AccuWeather, Weather Underground, they don't really do the best job because our weather patterns are so complicated. And me being able to write the forecasts out, do these videos, I can kind of explain things, what could happen, what might not happen, what probably is going to happen. The Weather Channel can't really tell you that via a small little explanation of the day, like what the high temperature is going to be exactly or whatever. So I can go into a whole rant about that, but that's kind of the gist of things. But I do agree with you, Roland, on that. But potential for thunder snow Sunday afternoon, it's very low chances of this happening. I have never personally experienced thunder snow. I would love to. I love thunder and I love snow, so putting them together is the best of both worlds for me. So, super windy on West Beach. Yes, we were just looking at that. You guys are gusting well over 50 miles per hour out there. I've seen some weather stations, some personal weather stations out there that are gusting up towards 60, potentially over 60 miles per hour along those bluffs. When the winds go over the bluffs, you can get accelerated wind speeds over those bluffs, and you can get some gusts over 65 miles per hour in some of these scenarios. Back in 2021, a weather station, my power just flashed right there. So hopefully I don't lose power right now. Yeah, that would not be good. Let's not be doing that right now. Back in 2021, November, some of you guys might remember this westerly windstorm. There's gusts well over 60 miles per hour. A weather station on West Beach, on the bluff, the edge of the bluff, recorded a 92 mile per hour gust. That's a pretty ridiculous wind speed for around here. No models had that high of wind speeds. It was crazy. That took out power of the entire island and everything. It was a pretty wild storm. I was actually just above West Beach up on Heller that day. I heard multiple trees fall in the forest. It was a very wild storm. I'll remember that one for a while. We got another one, a couple more similar to that the next couple of years, but that one seemed more intense than most of the storms we've gotten the last couple of years. That was a very unique storm. It was also, there was water going over the roadway. West Beach was kind of blocked with logs and stuff. It was a pretty wild storm. Hi from North Whidbey, Michelle. Michael, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. The winds are blowing. I'm glad we can interact with you. The bugs will get worked out in the live stream soon enough. Thank you for all you do. You are very welcome. I love being able to do these things. First time doing a live stream. It's going well so far. There's been lags, glitches, but we're getting through it so far. Hopefully I can try to figure out how to make the live stream a little better for you guys so we don't have as much lagging and stuff. Roland, only 3 power outages North Whidbey, surprising with 50 mile per hour gusts. Yeah, we get 50 mile per hour gusts quite a bit, so I wasn't really expecting too many power outages. But with the cold weather the last week or so, we've been getting below freezing almost every day. Some of the branches may be a little bit more brittle than normal, so I'm wondering if that could be an aspect of it. Some of these gusts are getting up towards 60 miles per hour, though, so even for us, 60 miles per hour can do some damage to some of the trees. Winds picking up in Green Bank. Yes, I am noticing that right now out my window. There's wind, there's rain hitting my windows right now. My weather station's probably gusting well over 30 miles per hour. We got a lot too in West Olympia. Yeah, convergence installed over my area. Where are you, Sparky One? You might have mentioned it earlier. I actually, let's look at the radar right now. Let me pull up the radar for you guys. We can look at that as well. Let this load real quick. It might lag for you guys for a little bit. We can look at the radar right now for us. This is, let's click on the Camino. We have a radar tower on Camino Island. That's how we look at radar around here. We have a radar dome that was put up by NOAA on Camino Island. It's called the KATX weather radar. So looking right now, let me use my draw. I can actually use a pen on this graph. So that's kind of fun. Let's change this to red so you guys can see it a little better. Yeah, right now, look at this is where the convergence zone is, kind of right here, kind of swirl. I'm sorry, I'm having a little too much fun with this pen right now. Convergence zone right here, basically from Granite Falls all the way to Port Hadlock up towards Port Townsend. My favorite graduate class was Fluvia Geomorphology, Surface Water Hydrology, Rivers. Yes, I've always been interested in how water flows and stuff since I was younger. I always loved to mess with streams in my backyard, build little dams and break them. It was kind of a fun thing to do when I had nothing else going on. So I could be interested in taking a hydrology class like that. So that's very interesting. But you can see the convergence zone is not as strong as some of the models we're hinting at. Generally just light to moderate rain over a lot of the area, basically from Coopville all the way down to the Everett area. You can see some showers starting to pop up over Vancouver Islands, farther down the Strait on Nefuka, up towards Nia Bay over here. But yeah, let me clear all this up. If we play this through, I can actually go back and look at past radar for the past hour or so, and we can look at this convergence zone moving around. It's going to take a second to load because I'm doing a live stream takes up a lot of bandwidth, so bear with me right now. You can see this is all snow up in the Cascades right now, getting plenty of good snow up there for all the skiers out there. I heard that the ski season up there was not very good, so I'm really glad that they're starting to get snowfall